Today we'll be taking a look at the story of Becky Lynch going bald, the original reported plans for The Fiend vs. Randy Orton, and more. So let's start things off with The Fiend vs. Randy Orton's original ending. Obviously, everyone knows what ended up happening, but reports claim that the outcome we saw was a very last-second change from Vince McMahon and other higher-ups. Apparently, the other plan was supposed to include The Fiend destroying Randy Orton so badly that Orton would get written off of TV for a long time. That would have ended the feud with Randy Orton while The Fiend and Alexa Bliss go off to their next adventure. That would have been perfect. It's the simple ending everyone expected. It was The Fiend's first match back in several months. This was a big opportunity to give the character a fresh new start. But he lost, instantly taking away the hype from his return and this big bad new version of The Fiend that we were supposed to see. We get it, we understand what happened and the explanation from Alexa Bliss, but there's still so many questions and discussions. A big question everyone was asking that really opened up more plot holes was this question. If Alexa Bliss's plan was to betray The Fiend all along, then what was the purpose of her bringing him back? Why spend all these months of bringing him back if you're going to turn on him and make him lose? What was the purpose of her bringing him back? Why not just leave him gone and get what you want? Get all the powers and abilities to yourself. Unless she needed The Fiend to come back to take the powers from him. But let's be honest here, it doesn't seem like WWE is thinking that deeply about the backstory. Alexa Bliss said in those interviews from last week, things really aren't planned ahead. And everything seems to be week to week with storylines rather than planning it long term. You look at TV shows with actual well thought out storylines, they have the majority of the season scripted, written out before the show even starts filming. They know where they want to go to, they have everything planned out well in advance. But with WWE storylines like The Fiend, it's as if they're writing the episode scripts for the show while the actors are on set, and they're rushing it. That's what it feels like. It just doesn't feel like things are well thought out in advance. There's been a lot of great moments with The Fiend and Alexa Bliss, yes, but to throw that entire relationship away just for a WrestleMania shock moment is questionable. It's surprising, but then again, it's not really surprising to see a storyline get fully wrecked from a quick last-second decision. Would it have been a better ending if The Fiend still destroys Randy Orton and then Alexa Bliss betrays him, drains him of his power or whatever after the match? Maybe that would have been a little bit better, but the mass confusion of Alexa turning on The Fiend out of nowhere still would have been there. We mentioned this quickly before, but what if The Fiend wins? Bray still comes back to the Firefly Funhouse with Alexa Bliss. He explains where he's been, and then Alexa could slowly drift away over time. It's exactly what we saw with the Hurt Business, another long-term relationship and storyline that was tossed away in a matter of seconds from a last-second decision. The Hurt Business were together for well over a year, had a close bond, but break up suddenly in a matter of moments, with no build-up or hints to leading to their breakup. Same exact thing for Alexa and Bray. They were together for several months, had a close bond, they split up suddenly with no build-up or hints to the breakup. Alexa and Bray still remain a big part of Raw, but everyone just wishes that what we saw at WrestleMania would have slowly built up over time. Dropping a big twist like that on the fans out of nowhere just caused mass confusion and left everyone asking questions that will probably never be answered. So it is a bit frustrating for the viewer, but that's just how things are. Don't get too attached to anyone or any storyline in WWE because things can fully change at a moment's notice from a last-second decision. There are some rumors going around that Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss do have some say in the creative process for their characters and directions, which is great. Bray Wyatt is an absolute mastermind of a storyteller, so if he's truly involved in the creative process, then that is something to be happy about and look forward to, no doubt about it. If he's behind it, knows where it's going, and the direction, then of course there's no questions asked. We can trust Bray Wyatt's storytelling. But what do you think was the best ending for The Fiend vs. Randy Orton? Fiend winning or the ending that we got? Becky Lynch goes bald in WWE. Apparently this was a real thing that a WWE writer wanted for Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch had this to say while appearing on Gorilla Position. "Oh yes, no, not even, not in a WWE storyline. This was the whole pitch that I got sent to by a writer. It was like, what if Becky shaves her head? That was pretty much it. It wasn't something that I did on TV. It wasn't I lost my hair in a match. It was just, what if Becky was bald? I was like, no." Sounds exactly like something we would expect a WWE writer to suggest. They don't have any storyline for it. No hair versus hair match. No explanation whatsoever. It's just, let's make Becky Lynch bald. Which Becky obviously turned down because it was a horrible pitch. Maybe if the writer had a good explanation or a good storyline for it, then maybe Becky would have at least entertained the thought. But to be a writer and just come to someone just suggesting for them to shave their head with no backstory to it is just quite embarrassing. Of course they're gonna turn it down. Who knows, maybe this is the same writers who wanted to do Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville in a hair versus hair match last year. Sonya Deville was set to lose her hair and shave her head after that match, but those plans were forced to change due to outside WWE reasons. So it seems like there's still a writer out there that's still set on getting their bald superstar in the women's division. So we'll see what happens there, but it was a really weird move to approach someone about shaving their head and giving them no story or context behind it. That was a pretty strange move by them. But what are your thoughts on this empty bald pitch that was given to Becky Lynch? Was it the right move for her to turn it down? Speaking of Becky Lynch, she recently struck again with her trolling. Becky took to Instagram showing herself in a Tampa Bay gym during WrestleMania weekend and captioned the picture with a hidden message that said, "Night 1." Obviously teasing for the fact that she would appear during Night 1 of WrestleMania. Becky Lynch has such a rich history of lying and trolling the fans, but it was WrestleMania week, so fans still bought into her trolling and thought she would appear at WrestleMania during Night 1. Moments after Night 1 ended, Becky Lynch took to her Instagram story to reveal that she was at home watching the show. So even though no one really believed Becky's post, she did add an extra element to WrestleMania. Fans had their eyes open on both nights of WrestleMania, looking for a spot that Becky could return in. But it never happened. One lesson we can learn from this is not to trust Becky Lynch. If she tweets out more teasers or dates, it's likely just more trolling. Becky Lynch's WWE return is going to happen unannounced, and she's definitely not going to spoil it beforehand. The reason why everyone thought Becky would return at WrestleMania was because of the live crowd. Becky deserves to have this big return in front of the fans. Next time WWE might have fans at a show is rumored to be SummerSlam right now. So that may be the next event to watch out for a Becky Lynch return. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.